Assalamu alaikum student, me your biology teacher here. Students, first I am giving you some instructions, beta, listen them carefully, okay? First, you should have your biology textbook with you, okay? Any rough copy and pen or pencil. Second, don't raise your hand during my lecture. If you want to ask any question, you can chat me you can ask me through chatting at the end of my question answering session, okay? Third, in last, I will show you home task slide beta, and you have to take a screenshot of this, okay? And you will do your homework in your fair copies in a proper way with the presentation, okay? You are mature enough, Alhamdulillah, mashallah, and then you will do your work in a proper way with the presentation, okay? Now, student beta, we are studying chapter 2. Name is structural organization of life, and the one topic of this chapter we have completed alhamdulillah in my last class, and today inshallah ta'ala we will cover two topic of this chapter. From today we are starting systems of frog, okay, and two systems we will study today: respiratory system of frog and nervous system of frog, okay. But before starting systems, I would like to share with you why we are selecting frog. Beta, frog is a multicellular living organism, and it is very easily available in our surrounding, and we can easily observe the systems of frog with our naked eye, and the systems of frog are very much resemble to the human body. That's why we are selecting frog for studying system. Okay, beta. Now first system which I am starting, this is respiratory system of frog. Okay. Respiration. First, I would like to tell you respiration. Respiration is a process. Okay, respiration is a process in which food is oxidized. Food is oxidized with oxygen to release energy, and this released energy is utilized to perform different activities of daily life. And during this process, carbon dioxide gas is eliminated from the body and oxygen is taken in. Means respiration is a chemical process, but it's very complex. It's not very much easy process. Okay. But what is the meaning of oxidized? Oxidized means breakdown. And how it is possible? How oxygen is breaking the food means? Let me explain that. When we take meal or food, this food or meal is digested in our body through digestion process. And after digestion, the complex food is converted into simpler form. And in this simpler form, food is transported towards the all living organism, all whole living body through circulatory system. Okay, and through blood or through circulatory system, this food in simpler form reach towards the cell, and when this food in simpler organic compound form reach to the cell at the same time, because the living body is respiring. During respiration continuously we are inhaling oxygen, means at the same time oxygen also reaching towards the cell, and in the cell mitochondria are present. Okay, again I'm repeating, means through digestion food is converting into simpler form, and after converting into simpler form, this food is reaching to the cell through circulatory system, and then at the same time through respiration oxygen is reaching to the cell. Then in the mitochondria, oxygen is oxidize the food, because oxygen is a gas, and oxygen having property to support combustion, burning. So means that's why it easily easily break down the food, okay, which is in the simpler form, and to release energy. Okay, and now this energy will utilized to perform various activities. Okay, beta. So means like that. Respiration is a very complex process. It's not very easy. Okay, I hope you all of them understood that how this process, because this whole process of respiration actually occurs in a living cell. in a cell of a living body. Okay, means frog is a living organism. So means this whole process, you can easily observe digestion, circulation, and digestion, circulation, and as well as respiration. They all are coordinated with each other. Okay, so means we can easily, I hope you all of them understood how the respiration, in the process of respiration, food is oxidizing, because in a junior classes, in a 5 6 7, you studied that respiration is the process of inhaling oxygen, exhaling carbon dioxide gas. This was the definition according to your. It is only a step of respiration. Okay, but now according to your class level, the definition of respiration. Respiration is a process in which food is oxidized with oxygen to release energy, and this released energy is utilized to perform different activities of daily life. And during this process, carbon dioxide gas is eliminated from the body and oxygen is inhaled in the body. Okay, to oxidize the food. This is the respiration process. Now, the respiration process in all living bodies is composed of two steps or two phases: inspiration and inspiration and expiration. Inspiration and expiration means inspiration or inspiration, inhalation, okay, aspiration. These all are same terms now. So means inspiration or inhalation is the taking in of air into the lungs. Again, I'm repeating: inspiration or inhalation is the taking in of air into the lungs. Expiration or exhalation is the forcing out. Forcing out means outside, forcing out of air from the lungs. Okay, beta. These are the steps. Okay, these are the steps of respiration. Frog also having these two steps. Okay. Now, the types of respiration in a frog. Frog has three types of respiratory system. Frog having three types of respiratory system, because it's a very frog is very amazing animal, beta, and he has three types of respiratory system, and these three systems he uses according to situation. Allah Ta'ala has provided the three ways of respiration of frog. What are these? Cutaneous, see the slide: cutaneous respiration, pulmonary respiration, buccal respiration. First, cutaneous respiration. The word cutaneous is Latin word derived from the Latin word cutanus. Cutanus means skin. Okay, cutaneous means skin, means respiration through skin. Pulmonary respiration, pulmonary word derived from the Latin word pulmo. Pulmo means lungs, means respiration through lungs. Buccal cavity. Buccal word is also derived from the Latin word bucca. Bucca means cheeks. Inside the mouth we have a cheek now. Cheek, teeth, tongue. This is the internal area of the mouth. This is called buccal cavity. Okay, beta. So means like that. According to the meaning, the cutaneous respiration through skin, pulmonary respiration through lungs, and buccal cavity respiration through mouth means inside the area of the mouth. Okay, beta. Now, means cutaneous respiration. First, I'm explaining you cutaneous respiration through skin. Means if the gaseous exchange takes place through skin, this is called cutaneous respiration. Okay, beta. If gaseous exchange takes place through skin, it is called cutaneous respiration. But how it occurs? Because the frog skin is very thin and moist and full of bunch of capillaries. Okay, means I want to share you a picture. Yes, see this picture on your slide. You can easily observe three types of respiratory system. You are seeing mouth cavity. Okay, this cursor, oxygen is coming in, carbon dioxide out. These are lung, these are skin. Means directly oxygen from the air diffuses in the blood capillaries of skin, and carbon dioxide gas out from the skin. Okay, beta. But when frog uses this type of respiration, means over 50% of respiration in frogs is takes place through skin. Okay, over 50%, because during swimming and during hibernation, mostly frogs are found in ponds and small area of the stagnant water. They are found. It means during, mostly they are in swimming condition. They are in hibernation. It means during swimming and during hibernation, frog uses the cutaneous respiration directly from the skin, and they take the dissolve. You can see exhaled and moist oxygen, dissolved oxygen they take in the skin. Okay, beta. Means what is the mean by hibernation? See, hibernation. During hibernation, when the frog spends his life, he uses this cutaneous respiration. What is hibernation? Hibernation is a process in which cold-blooded animals bury themselves inside the mud of the pond to avoid the cold temperature of outside. Okay, the means frog is a cold-blooded animal. Okay, that's why what he does, he uses the cutaneous respiration. Okay, beta. I hope you all of them have understood. Now I'm coming on pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary, the respiration takes place through lungs, is called pulmonary respiration. Okay, but this system is composed of many organs. Means air passes through different organs, then reaches to the target or main organ. How? Air passes first through nostrils. Nostrils, what are nostrils? Nostrils, you have a nose, I have a nose, means these are the pores of the nose. Pores of the nose are called nostrils. First air passes through the nostrils. After that, it passes through buccal cavity. Buccal cavity, I have told you already, the inner area of the mouth. After that, it passes through glottis. What is glottis? Glottis is the part of larynx, opening of the larynx. What is larynx? Larynx is a voice box. You have a voice box, I have a voice box on the top of the trachea. Okay. After larynx, it passes through trachea. But you know, a frog does not have neck, beta. Because of absence of neck, the larynx and trachea fuse together and form a chamber. This chamber is called laryngotracheal chamber. Okay, beta. It means air passes through laryngotracheal chamber. After that, it passes through bronchus. Plural is called frog has two bronchus. Plural is called bronchi. As singular it is called bronchus. After passing bronchus, air enters into the lungs. And after entering into the lungs, this bronchus is divided into many. Much I am showing you this diagram. You can observe this bronchus. You can see the laryngotracheal chamber. My cursor see. Then this is glottis. You can easily observe. After that, this is bronchus, and bronchus divided into many fine branches. These are called bronchioles. Okay, and at the end of the bronchioles, many balloon-like structures are present. They are called alveoli. Okay, and alveoli is full of bunch of blood capillaries. So actually, gaseous exchange in lungs it takes place in alveoli. In alveoli. You can see my cursor, alveoli are present, means gaseous exchange takes place in alveoli, means air passes from many organs, okay, means set of organs. The pulmonary system of frog is composed of set of organs, but actually the gaseous exchanges takes place in alveoli, in blood capillaries, okay. After exchange of gases, this air is again follow the opposite route, means from alveoli, it passes through bronchioles, then bronchus, then laryngotracheal chamber, then larynx, and out from the nostril into the air. Okay, beta. Now this is the pulmonary respiration, and it is very much similar to the human body. And inshallah ta'ala, you will study this system as a practical in your lab. So you will perform this also. Okay, beta. Now we are starting buccal respiration. Buccal respiration, the respiration which takes place through mouth. I have already told you, I am showing you picture. You can see this is the mouth cavity. So means this is called buccal respiration. And in buccal respiration, how it is possible? Because in the buccal cavity, frog having the bunch of blood capillaries, the area of buccal cavity is very thin layer. It is present, and bunch of capillaries are present. And when the frog uses the buccal respiration, very rarely he uses the buccal respiration, mostly when in a mating season. Rainy season is the mating season of frog. During this season, the frogs taking out different voices from the mouth. Okay, and at that time their body is inside the water and only the mouth surface of the water. At that time they open their mouth, and at the same time oxygen enters into the buccal cavity and diffuse, and at the same time carbon dioxide out from the buccal cavity into the air. Okay, means sometimes frog uses two types of respiration, through buccal cavity as well as through skin. Okay, it can be possible in frog according to situation, because frog is also uses these three types of respiration: buccal respiration, pulmonary respiration, cutaneous respiration, according to situation. Okay, beta. These are three types of respiratory system I have explained you in frog. I hope you all of them have understood nicely. Okay. Now, we are coming the next system is nervous system of frog. Nervous system. The set of organs which controls and coordinates all the activities of the living body is called nervous system. And in frog, the nervous system is two parts, composed of two parts, the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. You can see the diagram of nervous system of frog. Okay, means the area. This the upper area is central nervous system, and the lower area here the spinal cord is present. This is peripheral nervous system. But what are these systems? Central nervous system is uh, central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord. You can see this is the brain and this is the spinal cord in the lower region of the head. Okay. And what is peripheral nervous system? Peripheral nervous system again is composed of different types of nerves. Okay. But where these nerves are present? Again, see the picture. Brain and spinal cord. This is the cord. Okay, this is the spinal cord. Okay, beta. This is the central nervous system. But here are the many bunches are arises of the nerves. These are connect the spinal cord with the brain. This is the peripheral nervous system. Okay, system of nerves. Okay, beta. Now, the central nervous system, which is composed of brain, because mostly I will focus on the. You can see the picture. Brain of frog is also like as composed of forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Okay, forebrain, midbrain. You can see midbrain is here, forebrain is the upper part, and this is the lower hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Okay, but I am focusing. The brain of frog is very much important for you. Okay, brain of frog is very much important for you, beta, according to your board point of view, according to your syllabus. So I am explaining the brain of frog. See, this is the diagram of brain of frog. You can see the picture, the first part, olfactory lobes. Brain of frog is composed of following regions. First, the brain of frog is protected into the bony structure. This is called skull, like us. Okay, and this brain is consists of following regions: olfactory lobes, cerebral hemisphere, densiphylon, optic lobes, and cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Okay, see the diagram. Olfactory lobe. You can see these are two lobes, and this is the anterior region of the brain of frog. This is the anterior region of brain of frog, beta, and it is associated with smell, because he can smell bad or good. Like that, frog um, also can smell good and bad smell. Okay, so means for the sensation of smell, frog having uh, olfactory lobes. Okay. Behind the olfactory lobes, see the again two lobes, cerebral hemisphere. These are two in number. They are called cerebral hemisphere, but combinedly they are called cerebrum. 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 Combinedly they are called cerebrum. But individually they are called cerebral hemispheres. Okay. Cerebral hemispheres, they are the seat of intelligence and memory of the frog. Means the memory of frog is stored here. And if the frog wants to use his intelligence, the he uses this cerebral hemisphere beta. Okay, means because frog is very clever animal, he catch the prey and many insects for eating, take out the tongues. Means that's why cerebral hemisphere he uses. Okay. After that, Dincyphalon, see here, Dincyphalon, see my cursor. Okay. uh, See this cursor, Dincyphalon. Okay, Dincyphalon is located between the cerebral hemisphere and optic lobes, between both of them. Okay, Dincyphalon. Dincyphalon actually, Dincyphalon is receiving the messages, responsible for receiving messages from the outside and inside the body of the living body. Okay, outside and inside the body of the living body. Okay. Okay, and as well as dincephalon is very much important to control the secretions of hormones. You are seeing the pineal body here. At the dorsal side, pineal body is present on the dincephalon. On the ventral side, the pituitary glands are present in the frog. Okay, you know all the glands secretes hormones. Okay, beta. So means that's why means dincephalon controls the secretions of hormone and as well as it's also responsible for receiving messages from the internal and external organ of the body. These are optic lobes. Optic lobe. Optic lobes means optic lobes. You know, optic means why do we go to the optician? We go to the optician for checking our eyes and vision. Okay, that's why optic lobes are very much responsible for eyes and vision beta. Okay, eyes and vision. Okay. After that, the last part, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. This is the cerebellum, this is the medulla oblongata. Why I'm combining that? Because they both are coordinate with each other and they control the balance and movement of the body. Okay, but medulla is also controls three systems of the frog: digestion, respiration, and as well as circulation. These three systems also controlled by the medulla oblongata, but the cerebellum and medulla, both of them are responsible to control the movement and balance of the body. Okay, beta. So means these are the brain of frog, olfactory lobes, cerebral hemisphere. I have explained you, encephalon, optic lobe, cerebral and medulla oblongata. Okay, beta. These are the regions of the brain. Again, I want to review my topics only for your convenience because some students join me later on. So means again, I am starting today. We have discussed two topics: respiratory system of frog and respiratory system of frog beta and nervous system of frog. Okay, respiration I have explained you. It is a process in which food is oxidized with oxygen to release energy, and this released energy to perform different activities. And during this process, carbon dioxide gas is eliminated from the body, and oxygen is taking in, okay, into the lungs. Okay, beta. And this system is composed of two phases: inspiration and expiration. Inspiration is the taking of air into the lungs. Okay, and expiration is forcing out of the air from the lungs. Okay, beta. This is forcing out. And the three types of respiration I have told you in frog: cutaneous respiration, pulmonary respiration, buccal respiration. Cutaneous respiration through skin, pulmonary respiration through lungs, buccal respiration through mouth. Okay. These are three types of respiration takes place in frog. Okay, beta. Uh, After that, you can easily again observe the picture. These three types of respiration are very much present. Pulmonary respiration, I have told you, it is composed of set of organs. Okay, means nostrils, glottis, laryngotracheal chamber, bronchus, bronchioles, lungs, and alveoli. The gaseous exchange actually takes place in alveoli. Beta. Okay. Nervous system of frog, the set of organs which controls and coordinate all the activities of the body is called nervous system. And the frog nervous system is composed of two parts: central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of two parts: brain and spinal cord. Okay, brain and spinal cord. Okay, beta. Peripheral nervous system is a set of different types of nerves. Okay, and in central nervous system, I have told you the brain of frog. I have explained you the parts: olfactory lobe, cerebral hemisphere, densiflon, and optic lobes and cerebellum. Okay, cerebellum. Okay, beta. But again, I want to tell you the peripheral nervous system. See the picture again. This is the cerebral nervous system. Yeah, peripheral nervous system is composed of different types of nerves, beta. And these nerves are of three types: cranial nerves, spinal nerves, and autonomic nerves. Okay, cranial nerves controls the all activities of the head region and coordinate with the brain. Spinal nerves send the messages to the spinal cord. Okay, and the all organs which are present below the head, they communicate with these organs. Okay, and autonomic nerves controls the internal organs of the body, like means heart, liver, pancreas. Okay, these are the three types of nerves are present in the peripheral nervous system. Okay, and this is the very much important, but this whole system is present below the head into the lower body. Okay, below the head. Okay, beta. I hope you all of them have understood these two types of system. Now I'm showing you my home taxilite. Okay, beta. Uh, This is my home taxi light. I am showing you. You take a screenshot of this beta, okay? But when, inshallah, I will start my new class tomorrow. Inshallah, I will explain you circulatory system of frog. It means, please, as a pre-study, I am giving you tasks. Please read this topic, okay? Carefully and sincerely from your book. And inshallah ta'ala, when we will meet together, inshallah, tomorrow, I will discuss my circulatory system of frog, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, and now, yes, okay. And this is my home task slide. Take a screenshot, okay, and ready for the pre-study tomorrow. Okay, beta? Sahi. Take a screenshot of this. These are question and answer I have already told. Okay, beta? Okay, beta. Allah Hafiz.